Hello and welcome to this epic life transformation challenge. Congratulations on finding this page. There's lots of useful, free, helpful advice on this page, and please make the most of it. If you are interested in joining us for the transformation coaching, then you will need to apply at the links below. So, what do we do? So, we do a 12-week, we call it the Epic Life Transformation Challenge because when you do make this transformation, it makes your life much, much more epic. And essentially, it's about helping you achieve something we call exceptional well-being. And what the challenge does is it helps you shed your current identity, that person that you're carrying around now that isn't really you, and it helps you put in the foundations for the epic life. First, we need to develop an exceptional and resilient level of health and well-being. The kind of people we work with are people who have tried before. Maybe you're trying now, you're sick and tired of failing. You don't want to waste any more time or money. You want to get some expert help and get real results. And also, you're fed up of making excuses. You've probably been making them for far too long. Maybe you've been putting off starting, but you've stopped and started. And that's okay. Those are the kind of people we work with. All we ask is that you commit to the program, you're going to be consistent, and you're going to be coachable. Now, when you come to see us, so if you're accepted for a space on our coaching program, we'll ask you to come in for a goal setting consultation. Please don't bring your phone. Bring your phone, but put it on airplane mode unless you've got an emergency. Know that everything is going to be confidential, and just be open and honest with us so we can really understand who you are, where you've been, what you want to achieve. We don't want to waste anybody's time, especially ours, and yours. And we will be presenting you with an offer. If we feel like you're a good fit and we feel like we can help, commit to some action. We've got something that suits most people, so commit to some action. If you're going to make an effort to come to the goal setting consultation, do make an effort to decide on something. Because the reason I emphasize that is because it's the maybes that kill us. So maybe one day I'll get fit. Maybe one day I'll stop smoking. Maybe one day I'll sort out this depression. I used to do that, and every day you say maybe is one day further away from being at the person you really want to be. So maybes that kill us. Take some action. So this is what we're going to go through on your goal setting consultation. We're going to want to understand what's the issue that you have right now. Have a good think about that before you come in, and if not, don't worry. We'll ask you lots of questions and figure out who you are, where you are, where do you want to go, what's your goals, why is it important to you, why now, what's happened that's made you decide that this is the time to sort this out, and what past experiences have you had and why didn't they work. So we coach you in health and well-being predominantly. The reason for that is that it's the ultimate force multiplier. It's the one dial that you can turn up in life to make everything else in life better. So I was shown this once when I was really focused on my career, really focused on my social life, chasing girls, and I was really doing all of that at the detriment of my health and well-being. And someone showed me this and said, "Look, Ben, if you're sick in bed, nothing you want is going to get better in life. Whereas if you have exceptional confidence, if you have really good health and well-being, you're going to have the energy to learn the things that you need to learn to get what you want in the rest of your life. And that may be where you're at. And you may be in that situation, or perhaps you're a lot older than I am. And we've coached lots of people over the age of 50, 60, and they want to be able to keep up with their grandchildren and play with their kids and just do simple things around the house, which are actually becoming really hard for them. But all of these things are affected when our health and well-being is low. Perhaps you're a business person, an entrepreneur, and you're watching this and you're really having lots of brain foggy days. You're not really getting much done. You're procrastinating on some stuff that you should really be nailing. And it's because of low sleep, low energy, and that's what's holding you back from potentially growing your business. So those are the kind of things that when you dial up your health and well-being, it makes such a difference to the rest of your life. But what is well-being? So well-being is a really naff word. It's kind of been thrown around a lot. So I like this. This is The Science of Well-being by John Travis, who is an American medical practitioner. And So we've used this model here. Now, most people are stuck in the middle of this model where they're neutral, they're not ill, they're not well, and they're in the treatment paradigm. So they're getting signs, symptoms, disabilities. They go and see the doctor gives them some medicine and brings you back to neutral. So if you're depressed, go to the doctor, they give you some medicine, they kick you back to neutral. You still don't feel great, but you're taking the medication. Okay, cool. Now, the thing about medicine is it's great. It is great, but it's never going to get us towards exceptional well-being. The only thing that's going to get us down there is awareness, education, growth. And we've identified those components of well-being, and we're going to give them all to you to help you move you as far to exceptional as possible. What happens when you're exceptional is greater confidence, a longer, healthier life. We don't just extend, we're not just about extending your life and staying kind of crap. It's about extending your life and it being amazing. So that's what it's all about. And the numbering system you can see up here is all of those components broken down into a point. So if you're doing one of the components, you get a point. So there's 5 points for each component, 5 habits. And so if you're doing them all, you're going to get 30 points. And if you're not, that's okay. But don't feel, when we start looking at health and well-being and improving it, it's very overwhelming. There's loads and stuff, loads and loads of things you can do. So I have simplified all of this for you into the top 5 things that you can do in each one of these areas. And you can go and get this test. You can go and do your score for free. It's called the Super 6 Wellbeing Score. You might see it as the big 5. We added an extra component recently. So it's the Super 6 Wellbeing assessment. And these are the components that go through. So it's not just fitness. It's about how you move in general. It's not just what you eat, but it's how you nourish your body. It's how you think. It's how you recover from the stress in your life. It's how you protect yourself from stress. And it's how you connect with other people. And that was the thing we added recently. Actually, how you connect with people is one of the biggest areas which contributes to your overall health and well-being. So what can you really expect in normal language? What can you expect when you do our transformation program? So 100% you're going to reduce body fat. If you've got weight to lose, that's fine. You will reduce it. It's actually quite easy if you follow the steps. In 6 weeks, people lose a stone. In 12 weeks, a stone and a half, 2 stone. You're going to feel stronger. You're going to be more resilient. You're not going to pick up so many little niggles, and you're going to be more flexible. You're going to feel confident, and you're going to feel greater confidence naked. You're going to not be shying away from photos anymore. You're going to be okay taking your top off on the beach and getting the bikini on and things like that. You're going to have clear mental and physical energy, and you're going to be more present and calm. Something that a lot of people feel a bit hectic at the moment. They feel like they're not really here, and partly that's because of all the medication you're on. So how do we get to this epic life? So we coach mostly around these 3 pillars. So there's 3 pillars here, and they relate to movement and nourish, but also accountability. So fitness, it's not really just about turning up and doing exercise. Like I said earlier, it's about quality of movement, making sure you don't get injured. A lot of this is about making sure you don't get injured. When I started to try and get fit, I got injured a lot, and that's very demotivating. And it's because no one ever taught me how to move. So we teach you how to move really well first. Once you've nailed the movement, then you can do it consistently. Now you can crank up the intensity. Don't come in to Wishings Fitness, into the exercise part of this, and go hell for leather like you have done in the past and think that you're going all or nothing, because you will just get injured and you'll get demotivated really early on. So just the first thing to think about is come into your workouts and just move. If you're doing online training, just move. Just turn up and be consistent with those exercise programs. Second of all, it's about how you nourish your body. So the reason we get hungry and we just have no self-control is partly because we're just malnourished. We're just eating crap. And the body knows you're eating crap. And it's like, no, you haven't given me what I need. So I'm going to send signals to your brain, and your brain's going to go and give me what I need. And then you don't give it again, and it's just a vicious circle. That's why you can eat a whole tub of ice cream and still want more ice cream. Okay. Yes, it's delicious. It's also lit up all the dopamine centers of your brain and sent you all the signals that this was great. But partly it's just because it hasn't given your body what it needs. So as soon as you start nourishing correctly, you're going to get control of that nutritional aspect and that eating, and it's going to be healthier. Accountability. Hopefully you've seen the video. If you haven't, there's a video about world-class accountability. We do this really, really well. And the simple analogy is You are a rocket ship taking off from Earth, and you're heading towards the moon, and the moon's your goal. And did you know that a rocket ship is off track 96% of the time, something like that, but it still manages to get to the moon? Now, when someone told me that, it kind of blew my mind. Like, how can you be off track 96% of the time and still get to where you want to be? It's because you've got ground control, moving you a little bit left, a little bit right, a little bit left, a little bit right. And eventually you get there because you're making progress. It's not perfect, but you made progress. So the thing to think about with this is progress, not perfection. And then keep checking in with your coach. You're going to feel off track. That's okay. As long as you've got a coach who can give you the expert advice to bring you back on, and then you're going to screw it up, and then you're going to bring it back on again. And it's okay. Like, you will feel off track. But the most important thing is that you know that it's okay to feel off track, and you talk to your coach, and you stay accountable. You make sure you put it out there that you're doing these things. Okay, and that's when we get things done. And most people, when they start to try and get fit again, they miss one of these. So for me, when I tried to get fit early days, it was I'm going to go running. So I'm just going to do fitness. I'm just going to run. That's it. Didn't have anyone to run with, so I had no accountability. Definitely didn't have a coach. I didn't really know nutrition was a thing. Didn't really pay attention to that. And surprise, surprise, as soon as my willpower ran out, which it will for everybody, it will run out. Um, you know, there's no one there to kind of bring you back up and bring you back on track. And same for people who try diets. We try these special diets. I've done it. We just put everything into the diet. We don't worry about nutrition. Again, like, we've set out the best intentions, but there's no coach to bring you back on track when you go off track, which you will, because it's human nature. So that's why a lot of people fail to improve their health and well-being, and that's what you can expect on the transformation program. If it sounds like the thing for you, then the only thing you can do really is join the waiting list, because we have lots of people who join. If we have a space available to coach you, then we will get in touch with you. You may get through to the booking page. If you get through to the booking page, just go ahead, book an appointment. It means we've got some space. But please do answer the phone. If you don't answer the phone and respond to us, we'll just give your space to somebody else who is interested. Thanks very much for watching the transformation program, and hopefully I'll get to see you soon.